Hey homegirls, and welcome back to God Gotcha Girl. My name is Kendall, and of course, you know I'm always here to share the real about my Christian journey. Today, I am so happy that I have been asked to be a part of the Word for Your Mother's Collaboration series. If you haven't already, go check out my girl Living with Kelly Lakeman and also Sweet Ruby, who did their videos yesterday. When you get done watching this video, if you haven't already, check out my girl Mariah Faith. So let's have a discussion, y'all. So yeah, y'all, we just gonna scratch the video that I had previously, because as I was editing the video, something kept telling me, tell them why self-care is so important. Why should you not forget about yourself as a mother? It is so easy to forget about yourself when you become a mother, because you're focused on being the best mom you could possibly be, right? Or the best mom you know how to be. You're also juggling other things, like maybe being a wife or a full-time employee or a caretaker of your family, whatever. We have many different roles. We have many different roles that we feel as individuals, right? And it's so easy for those things to be more important than yourself. You may even hear from other people, once you become a mom, that's it. Your life is over and it's just about those kids. Let me tell you this, honey. If you spend your time thinking that your life is over and everything is just about those kids and you forget about yourself, you're not doing your children or yourself or anybody around you any justice if you're not there. I say that because I wasn't there. And to be quite honest, I am just now learning how to get there for myself so that I can be there and show up for my kids. I have a 14-year-old and I have a 5-year-old. For the last 5 years, I have suffered from depression. I've suffered from anxiety. And I'm okay to say that now. I didn't know it because I was just going through the motions, doing the robot thing. Get up, get your kids ready for school, go to work, come home, fix dinner, help with homework, maybe, because I might be too depressed to do that. Clean your house, maybe, because I might be too depressed to do that. The only reason why I was even taking a shower is because I had to get up and go to work. And you can't go to work smelling funky. I'm just saying, I'm just being real. I was in a really dark place, y'all. It was so dark for me that it felt like I was in a cellar in a tent with the tent zipped up. And I would only unzip that tent to hand my family what they needed. Take care of this bill. Give them this food. Talk about this, but very little, very minute. And then I'd zip the tent back up. I literally was in a dark place. When I had my son, I had no idea I was suffering from postpartum depression. None at all. And even with all my knowledge and research, because I wanted to be an OB, I live, breathe, and eat obstetrics. If you have any questions about that, I know way too much to not even be a nurse, like for real. I could literally be a labor and delivery nurse. It's so funny. But in my community, and I mean the Black community, mental health is something that is seen as that person crazy, always Looney Tunes, or either you got a drug problem or an alcohol problem. You know what I'm saying? They don't even consider that a mental health issue, but that falls up under that category as well. I tried to do several things to drown myself out of my depression, and it never worked. I wanted to tell you all that because I feel like postpartum depression and depression, mental health issues aren't talked about. And they need to be talked about, and it needs to be normalized so that people know that, one, they're not alone, and two, there are ways that you can seek help. One of the biggest things that I learned from seeking therapy was self-care. And I want to share with you all some self-care tips that truly helped me. Because when I tell you I was a functioning robot, that's what your girl was. The very first thing I want to tell you is that don't forget about yourself. And in order for me not to forget about myself, I wake up at least 1 hour before my family. And I do this so that I can have some time for Kindle. That is so important. I need to have some time for myself so that I can get my head together, clear my thoughts, woosah, breathe, whatever. I wake up an hour early before I get my boys to get up for school, and before I even say good morning to my husband. Because I even need to make sure my mind is right for that. So I wake up an hour before they get up. The second thing that I do, that I have been incorporating for the last 6 months, which has truly changed my life, is I spend time with God every day. Every day. And I know that may sound cliche, because when people used to tell me that, I would be like, oh, here she go. Spend time with God. What's that gonna do? Well, I had never really truly gave it a try. And it wasn't until recently, I have been truly serious about my Christian walk for the last 6 months. But it wasn't until recently when I was a part of a challenge called the Wake Up with God Challenge with Obedience Podcast. And I truly incorporated God in my life every day. I read scripture, or I prayed, or I prayer journal. And at that time, I'm able to get whatever it is I'm feeling out on paper. And I kid you not, whatever it is I'm feeling out on paper, God somehow leads me to the right scripture, the right devotional, the right video, whatever it is that has the scripture in it that I need to get me through whatever it is that I'm feeling. And it works. So 2, spend some time with God. It don't have to be on your knees. It doesn't have to be quiet and sacred. I don't know how you'll spend your time with God. You could be walking back and forth in your room, just talking, having a conversation, because I've done that before too. Just talking. Somebody might think I'm talking to myself. No, I'm talking to the Lord. Okay? Number 3. Go take a shower. Yes, I said it. Go take a shower. You'll be surprised what a nice warm shower will do for you in the morning. Even if you taking a bath or whatever at night, get up, take you a shower, let that water hit you. Just let it run down your body. Play some music while you're in the shower. Gotta remember your family sleep at this time. So play you some music. It can either be worship music, it could be jazz, it could be whatever it is that gets you in a good, that starts your day off right, okay? That gets your day started the way you want your day to start. Every day may not be worship music for me. It might be some jazz, it might be some instrumentals, whatever. Light you some candles. I don't even turn my lights on when I take a shower in the morning. I don't. It's not that dark, so I just use the natural light, but I still have my lights on just to keep that calmness. The next thing I want to tell you is to make sure you have a clean environment. It don't have to be OCD clean, but at least let it be straightened up. Like when you go into the kitchen, the last thing you want to see is a sink full of dishes. I try my best to make sure that there are no dishes left in the sink and my kitchen counters are cleaned off. That way, when I come into my kitchen, I open my curtains, open my blinds, I let the sunlight in. If it ain't no sunlight, I still let some kind of light in, and it just truly gets my day started. Open your windows if you want to, especially if you live in a warmer climate where you can just get some fresh air, just to let out all that dullness and whatever you got going on. That truly, truly helps. Another thing that I do, and it's the last thing that I want to tell you, is make time, whenever it is, throughout your day, 30 minutes, to do something that you like. Now, personally, I love to get my nails or my feet done, but as you can see, that don't always happen, girl. And if I was to show you these dogs, you would know, whew, these feet need to be done too. You know, but Mother's Day is right around the corner, so maybe I'll get a little surprise. But I can't always do that. You know, the funds is not always there. I'm not always able to buy what I want in my Amazon cart. But do something that you enjoy. For me, I enjoy reading a good book. I got a lot of those. Or journaling. Both of those don't cost much or don't cost anything. I mean, you can buy you a good book. So books range, depending on where you get them. You can get them from the public library, or the cheapest book that I've bought, probably like $5.99, anywhere to like $19.99. Get you a journal. I just get them from the dollar store and get you a notepad or a composition notebook. I really like composition notebooks, and I journal in that. And those things truly, truly help me. It's 30 minutes, maybe of something that I enjoy. Maybe I'll do it before I go to bed. But I encourage you to do the same thing. And these things have really helped me. With the foundation, of course, being God, and making sure I have enough time to spend with Him. I make sure that my time with Him is not something that I check off my list either. I make sure that my time with God is something that is really gonna be my meat and potatoes to get me throughout the day. Because when I tell you, y'all, my mind, my heart, everything was really, really dark and sad. And I just saw so much hurt and negativity that was just literally what I wore on my sleeve. And it was the somberness that I brought to everything. And I didn't want to be that anymore, because I was the one that brought light. And I wanted that Kindle back. And in order to have that person back, I truly needed to have that relationship with him. So I know, this is just really informal, but those things truly, truly, truly help me. Don't forget about yourself. Just because you are a mother does not mean that there's still not a you in there. There's still a Kindle in here. Kindle still has desires and dreams, that purpose that she, wants to fulfill. And I don't want you to forget that either. So make time for yourself, sis. You need to. That's all I have for you. Thank you, homegirls, for checking out this video. And I appreciate you once again for enjoying this wonderful Word for Your Mother collaboration. And I hope that you'll check out the future videos. Have a wonderful day. Peace.